everyone, I'm Kana Taku. Today, I want to do level 30 and level 31 of this book about how to write more scholarly papers in English for the people whose English is not their first language, like me. So, levels 28 and 29, we already read the reviewer's comments. So now it's time to share the comments with our co-authors. And then that will be the goal of our level 30. So once again, at level 30, all we got to do is to share the comments from the reviewers with the co-authors. But you don't want to just let them know that, oh, here's the comments we got. Right? Like we got to tell our co-authors our plan. So at the level 30, not just actually just forwarding the emails, but you want to let them know what you're going to do. So let me share my screen. So here's what I have. All right, so this was what I have. So for this, I tried to find any email that I got before. So when I look it up, today is actually December 24th, so it's Christmas Eve of 2022. So about 2 months ago, one of our papers received resubmit, revised and resubmit. So here's the email that I got from Journal of Clinical Psychology in Medical Settings. So that was October 19th, Wednesday. So when I got this email, this particular email did not say anything about the deadline. So it is completely up to us. But I did have 3 co-authors of this manuscript. So when I read the editor's decisions as well as the reviewer's comments, that's level 29, by the way. So now at the level 30, all I got to do is to forward this email to my co-authors. That's level 30. That's super easy, right? So I just got to do forwarding. So I actually did it. So that was 4:47. So maybe half an hour later, I forwarded this email to my co-authors. And then I just told them that, oh, we received revise and resubmit decisions from this journal. And then just please see the comments below. And I'm going to do it because I'm the leading author. So of course, I should be I'm supposed to do the response data as well as revisions, right? So that's why I just told my co-authors that I'm going to take the lead, make a response data, I'm going to revise the manuscript, and then I'm going to share it with you. So all I'm doing here is to share the comments, but let them know my plan. And here my plan is I am going to do the work. But in the meantime, if they have some kind of comments or suggestions or anything, please just email it to me. So that's all I did. Done. I'm trying to find another example too. So here is 2020, March 22nd. That's during the beginning of the COVID-19, by the way. But this particular paper has more than 20 co-authors. I still remember this one because this was one of my cross-cultural studies with folks around the world. So I had a lot of co-authors. But for this paper, very interesting because I had to revise this manuscript within the next 30 days. 30 days, which means within a month, I got to do it. But I did have more than 20 co-authors. So I can't use all 30 days to revise my manuscript, right? Because I have to share. They all have to verify the contents. And then they may still have comments too. So that's why I wanted to get it done as soon as possible. So when I read the comments, so level 30, once again, level 30 of this book is to share the comments with co-authors. So what I did is, after I read the emails, all I did is just forward it. So that's March 22nd, 10 a.m., right? So about, I don't know, a couple of hours later, I just forward them and just tell them that, okay, hi, everybody. I hope you're doing well. And then we got revise and resubmit so that they don't have to read the email. Just told them exactly what I got. That's revise and resubmit. And then I shared my plan, which is I am going to revise our paper and then send it to you all within 2 weeks or so, because I wanted to get this done because the deadline is 30 days. So as long as I can finish it up within 2 weeks, then I thought I should have enough time for everybody to double check. So that's why I'm going to do this within 2 weeks. So in the meantime, if you have any suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll take care of it. Okay, so that's very important. Meaning at the level 30, even though the goal of level 30 is to share the comments with the co-authors, once again, you just don't want to forward it. It's okay to forward it, but you want to add little comments so that everybody will know what you're going to do. Okay. Here's another one. Back 2016. This is another paper that I had 3 co-authors. But this is very interesting because the initial reaction is pretty much like crossed because it says congratulations, right? So you can kind of tell this is like a nearly acceptance, but still, of course, review. So, and then I totally forgot to forward it to my co-authors. So one of my co-authors emailed me and they said, great job, Kana. Do you want me to work on anything? So I said, oh, holy crap. So that's why I emailed them back and I said, thank you, but I should be okay, but I will let you know when I need your help. So that was like wrong idea because if you get this reviewer, you are supposed to forward it to them. But because the editor kindly included all of the co-authors in their email, so that's why they knew it, even though I didn't have to do anything, even though I forgot to do anything, but they knew it. But that's why I told them that I take care of it. And then within like a month or so, I finished everything because the deadline for this particular revision was 90 days. It says within 90 days, like 3 months. So that's why I thought, okay, as long as I get this done within a month, I should be okay. So a month later, I told them that, okay, I included cover data, revised the manuscript, and a copyright, so please check. Okay, so that is the level 30. Okay, so level 30 is done. Level 30, for the comments with the co-authors, let them know what you're going to do. Done. So now let me move on to level 31. Level 31 is once you reshare the comments, then now it's time to do the actual format. So the level 31 is to just simply make the format. You don't have to change the manuscript yet, but instead create the format for the response letter. And then level 32, you're just going to actually work on the manuscript. But the level 31, you're just going to make the format. So here's just kind of an example that I copy and pasted from the email. So the email says, Professor Tak and colleagues, below is a review of your paper, da, 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 da. So whenever I make the format, I'm just going to add something here. So it says like, maybe you can say like, please see below for our responses to editors and reviewers' comments. So I'm just going to add some kind of like sentence like this, right? And then I usually just delete like overall kind of greetings and everything. I'm just going to delete everything. And then it says reviewer, it's very thoughtful. So just make it to, revise your paper to make it stronger. So that's good. And then sometimes editor summarizes what they really want us to work on. So that's why I sometimes include it here, like editor's comments. So in this case, like these suggestions concern about elaboration of the discussion of limitations was advances made in research. So if this happens, I just like to have some kind of summary, like a few sentences summary. This is no requirement. It's really kind of like my style because I really like it that way. So I'm just going to say like elaborate, need to elaborate, imitation section. It's like really like kind of like my quick summary, because English is not my first language. It takes more time to read each comment compared to probably like other people who grown up with English. So that's why for me, I needed like a little quick, like really short summary helps me, like what kind of comments I got. So I just said need to elaborate imitation sections. And then the actual comment is this. And I'm just going to copy and paste. And then our response. Comments is this, our response is this. Now let's do another one too. What about the second one? Second one, in this section, you might also discuss so future research. So like say, need to discuss more future research. Just a quick summary. What do you think? This is like, I really like this way. and then comment, and then our response, something like that. And then sometimes I just kind of like make it, like super clear. And then I will know, because after this, I am actually going to change my manuscript. So I don't want to take too much time, but at the same time, I want to make my response data as thorough as possible. So everything is good, just got to get it down within 90 days. So that's done. And then here, I'm just going to put reviewer one's comments. And I'm just going to do the same thing. Overall, this is great. So thank you for that. Some people just leave it and they say like, oh, we appreciate your positive comments, blah, blah, blah. But I usually don't do it because I only care about how I can make the paper stronger. So that's why I usually don't do that. Then the first paragraph introduces numerous ideas, but does not develop them sufficiently. So which means need to elaborate, introduction needs to do more work, basically, So, comments. What should I say? In particular, I would recommend start a new paragraph with a sentence that begins this. All right. So I said, let's say, reconsider the first paragraph. This may be wrong, but by having this kind of summary, I feel like that just makes listed clear, like so that I can make sure that the reviewers or editors and we are on the same page. And then that may also help my co-authors to know like how I understand the reviewers' comments. And then my co-authors may be able to correct me, say, Kana, these comments are actually not talking about the first paragraph, but these comments actually talk about more like theoretical concerns or something like that. Then I thought, oh, okay, I misunderstood it. Sometimes that happens. Or for language tests. Okay, so that would be the now number 2. So that would be this. Please review for language. So it's meaning like I have to now correct tense. And then I just this. Let's make it a little bit prettier. Probably that's like, if you don't want to spend too much time for this, you could probably think that's not necessary, Kana, like on page for this and this. But I just like it. That's like how I make the format. So each one, just like this, editor's comments, reviewers one's comments, and then each like one. Sometimes the reviewers' comments will have already like bold list or numbering. Then it's easy. Otherwise, I'm just gonna make the number like this, and then put comments, response, and then just back and forth. Okay, so that's level 31. I don't actually have to fill out anything responses yet, because the goal of level 31 is to simply format the response data. From now on, I am going to fill in, but that's like another time. Like I don't have to do it today. Okay. And then, so that's it. It's just going to keep going. Sometimes it's really long. For example, this was one of the papers that I published like back in 2012. So it's like 10 years ago, but I published this paper as a solo authors. I still remember this because they wanted me to get this done within 30 days. Usually within 30 days, it's really, it's not a much problem, right? Like within a month, should be able to do it. However, when I scroll down, I saw, okay, because there are 3 reviewers. So the reviewer number 1 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's really long. So I thought, oh man, because like for this one has 26 comments. And then reviewer 2 also has a lot of comments. And then reviewer 3. And then I thought, okay, wow, that's a lot. But do the same thing. Read the comment, summarize it, and then make the format. Comment, response. And then like very next day, start working on that like one by one, like kind of like format, because now you have the format, then all you have to do is like pick the one that is easy to handle, difficult to handle, but then it'll be easier as long as you have a little bit of like summary for each comment, because otherwise you have to read the entire comment. I mean, of course you will eventually, but just a quick summary should be helpful. For example, not this one, but I just wanted to show you. So I don't have to save this one, right? Excuse me. I wanted to share this one because this is the actual one. That's okay. So now I'm sharing. This is the actual response data that I completed about 10 years ago. So when I had this one, that's the one that has long, like lengthy comments. So you can tell I had like 10 pages. So start with this, reviewer one. Like I summarized it as grammatical errors. And then I copy and pasted the actual comments. And then for here, because this is like final version, so that's why I already have my response. But at level 31, I don't have to have this one yet. So all I gotta do is just summarize it and make the comments. Summarize it, the copy and paste the comments, and then I didn't have to have this one because that will be my work for level 32. So just like this. This is the how I'm going to format my response letter. Okay? So that's it. Thank you for watching. Well, like I said, today is December 24th in 2022. So I wish you all a happy new year, and then I'll see you in 2023 again. Thanks for watching. Bye.